Brea was the most joyful kid you'll ever meet in your whole entire life. Her joy for the Lord, her joy for nature, her joy for all of God's beauty and creation was just amazing. Brea was diagnosed with kidney cancer when she was in 4th grade, and man, what a battle it was. But she went into it knowing that she had an eternal home, and no matter what happened, she wanted her friends there with her in heaven one day. She started journaling all about heaven and how wonderful it was and what heaven looked like and the changes of her life and how she wanted all of her friends and buddies to one day get to be in heaven. So then 6th grade rolled around when it was finally time for the girls. It was their turn to go to DNOW. And oh man, the excitement and the joy that came in our house when Brea and Bailey both could go to DNOW. It was a big, big day. And guess what? There was a big dilemma. Brea was right in the middle of radiation and chemotherapy treatment. It was Brea's 2nd year into her diagnosis of kidney cancer, and it was also her first opportunity to go to DNOW. No, that kid, if you know her, you'll laugh right now because she was not willing to not go to DNOW, no matter what. It didn't matter if radiation was happening the day before. It didn't matter if chemo was happening the day of. She was going to DNOW. She was excited, pumped, and energized. She rallied up some buddies of hers, and they all joined in and went to Boerne DNOW, and man, what a life-changing event that was. That year, it was Brea's turn to go worship, be silly, jump around, play all the dumb games, and just really worship the Lord with her friends. Her life and our lives were all changed at Boerne DNOW that year. One of her friends was saved, and that was the biggest blessing that we could ever be grateful for and that we could ever experience, because it was a life-changing event, not only for Brea, but for our whole family. You see, that DNOW was Brea's first and only DNOW that she ever attended. DNOW was in February, and Brea passed away in that year in March. So we are eternally grateful because she will see that friend again in heaven now. And if it weren't for that weekend of DNOW, then she wouldn't have. There are many ways for you to get involved. If you're sitting in this pew right now at church or you're watching online, you can be involved in Boerne DNOW. You can host a home. That's the biggest blessing. You will be laughing and joyful and happy the whole entire time. You can cook a meal. You can make a casserole. You can provide snacks, but most of all, you can pray for these teenagers to be impacted. You can pray for these college leaders to get their wisdom and knowledge from the Lord. You can pray for their time to be multiplied from homework, from projects and essays, but above all else, you can just love on some teenagers this weekend. One of the things Brea wrote in her journal in September of 2015 was, "Heaven is bright, beautiful, indescribable place, and there is a happy future ahead if you just believe." And that's Brea's mission. If we just believe, if we just have enough confidence to know that heaven is amazing and one day we'll all be there.